Hi guys, welcome again to Immigrate with Uni, the channel that shares with you legal, credible, and easy ways you can use to immigrate to your country of choice. Now, if you've been following this channel, you know that we are actively seeking opportunities to move abroad to our countries of choice. And in this video, I will be discussing with you Canada. And remember, we were sending applications. Why? Because there are two ways you can move to a country. Number one pathway is through study. Either you sponsor yourself, which can be, of course, a little bit expensive, or you get a scholarship, which would be incredible. But then we know that also that process, you may not get selected. Now, the other number two way you can relocate, which is actually very applicable for someone maybe who is short of funds, is through employment. And we said we can actually seek for this employment from our home countries. And you know what, guys? I just bumped into golden information. Seriously, though, information of employers who are LMIA approved. And if you've been seeking jobs in Canada, you know these are employers who have been given the approval to actually hire from outside of Canada, and they have proven that this hiring has a positive impact in the Canadian economy. And they have to prove this. Why? Because the government of Canada will be like, why do you have to hire outside of Canada? Does it mean that the talent pool in Canada cannot meet your requirements? So basically, the LMIA is to show the Canadian government that yes, we have tried to hire from here, but we can't find candidates. There's simply shortage of candidates for this particular role or this particular skill set. So we have opted to hire from outside. And so I have come to realize that actually the government of Canada is so serious about this that they actually want for you, if you're hired, to actually get a very good minimum wage. So you find that employers who have applied for LMIA approval but have a very low minimum wage are actually rejected. So they are not given the LMIA approval. So from this list, I found that companies that have been given the approval either pay a high minimum wage, or actually the skill set they're hiring for will bring a positive impact to Canada's economy. Yeah, you can agree with me that in this search, the Canadian government stands out for being very open with information to candidates who are inside and outside of Canada. Like, it's very easy to get all the information you want from the Canadian government, because if it's jobs, they have, the jobs on their portal. They even verify the jobs for you, which is really incredible. And now to actually give us the list of the companies that have approved LMIA for, it's incredible, guys. Like, it's totally incredible, because that means our job becomes easier. We just go look at this, and even with that list, actually you get to see the role that this company is hiring for. So you just look for your occupation, get to see this company that's actually hiring for your role, and then you send the application. And the good thing is, there's even a list for those that hire temporary foreign workers. So if you feel like you are unskilled, you could be feeling maybe my profession is not skilled, you still have a chance, because you can actually get to know these companies that hire the seasonal workers, because some of this information is so limited unless you actually score and score and look through databases and data sets to actually get it. But thanks to the Canadian government, because we have this site that they're calling open.canada.ca, and they're talking about being an open government, and they're giving information access, of course, by following the privacy guidelines, to people who want to know which companies are these that are hiring. And they actually go ahead and ask you if you want to verify. So they have a list of employers who are sort of in the blacklist. Like, if they give you actually a job outside of Canada, you may not get a work permit, because they have not been approved by the Canadian government to actually hire from outside of Canada. And so maybe it's a good thing to check out. So let's head over to that page and get to see these very important information that we can use in our search for these jobs. Okay. Even as we do so, if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And I would be happy if you would join the community. You know the drill, by subscribing to the channel. And if you find that this video is actually helpful, please give it a like, and also you can share to your friends who are looking to get jobs in Canada and relocate there. And let's join in this journey of moving and moving with a purpose. Okay. So our starting point will be this website for the Canada Immigration and Citizenship, which is cic.gc.ca. So it starts by actually asking a question which you'd ask yourself, of course, if you're looking for work from outside of Canada, and you'd be asking yourself, where do I find out if the employer who offered me a job is an eligible employer? Yeah. So they're telling you, check the list of employers who failed to comply with the conditions. This list shows employers who may be ineligible to hire a temporary worker through either the Temporary Foreign Worker Program or the International Mobility Program. You know that Canada has actually so many programs. So if you apply for a work permit to work for an employer that is listed as ineligible, your application will be refused. How devastating. So it's important to actually go through that list when you get hired and ensure your employee is actually allowed. So they even ask some more questions. What is an open work permit? Who can apply for it? Are there conditions on your work permit? What is that LMIA, which is a labor market impact assessment? And so much more about immigration. I'm a Canadian citizen. My spouse is not. Can they work in Canada? How do I find out about jobs in Canada? How long will it take to process my work permit? Can I extend my work permit? All that is answered on this page. Now, to actually avoid seeking work from an ineligible sorry, to avoid actually seeking work from an ineligible employer, you want to go to this other page that now gives you the list of those that have been credited, that have been approved to actually hire from outside of Canada. So move with me, let's go to that page. So you want to go to your browser. If you're using Chrome, that's okay, or whichever browser you prefer. And then you want to type TFWP, or you can type the whole word for Temporary Foreign Worker Program, and LMIA, Employers List. So this will come up, and then you will have to click on this one that shows open.canada.ca data set. So you want to actually get a list of the employers who have been given a positive LMIA. So as you can see here, a positive LMIA will be issued by Service Canada if an assessment indicates that hiring a temporary foreign worker, who is called in this case TFW, will have a positive or neutral, they don't want it to be negative, it would rather be neutral, impact on the Canadian labor market. Now, a positive LMIA must be obtained by an employer before hiring a temporary foreign worker for a specific occupation. So, of course, due to privacy issues, the list excludes the personal names, employers, business names and all that. So they just have like a name that can guide you to the business, but they won't like pinpoint a certain person with their direct personal information. So with this information, you can actually get so much, because I have downloaded it. So you want to go and scroll down, and it starts from like the oldest, if I would say. So this is for 2014, and it shows employers who have requested a labor market impact assessment and were issued a positive LMIA between June to December. So they release this, I think, quarterly or several times in a year. So you want to go down and actually get to 22. Yeah, they release it quarterly, because here we can see quarter 1, quarter 4. Yeah. So the data for quarter 1 for 2023 is already out, and that's what you want to check. And they give it in English and French. So you want to download the one that favors you. If you're good with French, you'll download this one. If you prefer English, you will download this one for English. Okay. Once you download, you are going to get actual information. Once you open it, you'll see the employers who are issued and why they were given a positive labor market impact assessment. Now, okay, so once you download, you'll actually find a lot of information in that Excel. You'll find that the name of the employer, which is very important because you can use this to actually look for their actual website and look at the jobs that they're offering for you to actually apply from their website. That's the only credible and easy way you can do that. Then you also get to see the occupation. The national occupation classification will also be shown, so it will be very good and easy for you to locate your occupation. So I'm seeing here administrative assistants, senior managers, specialist physicians, university professors, food service supervisors, material handlers, hairstylists and barbers, retail sales supervisors, laborers in fish and seafood, transport truck drivers, food service supervisors, cooks, bartenders, food counter attendants, fish and seafood plant workers, hotel front desk clerks, other laborers in processing, retail sales supervisors, general farm workers. This one is a great pathway for most people who go to Canada to do temporary foreign job. Worker jobs. Senior managers, aquaculture welders, manufacturing managers, material handlers. We've seen that. So many occupations: accounting technicians, nurse aides, um agricultural contractors. There are so many bakers, carpenters, heavy equipment operators, dispatchers, dental technologists. Any career that is in the knock, light duty cleaners, you will find here. And oh my god, this list is so long. It is so long. So if you would actually just filter with your knock and then just target these employers and say, I'll be reaching out to just 10 in a day. In a week, you'll have reached to 70. That is if you work on Saturday and Sunday, which you should, because this is for your future. So, when you actually do this for a month, you'll have reached out to so many, and you will be revamping your CV. You'll be looking for ways to improve this even as you reach out to them. And trust you me, this is gonna bear fruit. Like, all this effort cannot go to the drain, Lord Jesus. So let's keep pushing. Let's keep looking for credible ways, and I'm so sure, like, with this method we will be able to actually relocate. And even as we do that, prepare your documents, ensure you have your IELTS done, and you actually have an account in the express entry pool, so that when they do a draw, you never know, you could actually be one of the ones that are picked in the nominations or in the draw. So there are so many other programs to move to Canada, but since this video was just for these employers list and how to get the legit ones and how to even reach out to them and how to actually get to know whether they're in your occupation, I know we've all now gotten to know all this information, and we just have now to go ahead and apply. Okay, so the ball is in our court. The Canadian government has given us all this information for us to actually help ourselves out. So let's do this. Let's send those applications. Let's put our best foot forward, and we will find actually these doors opening for us. So thank you so much for joining in again in this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it actually gave you some information maybe you didn't know about finding employers in Canada, and I hope that you actually apply and get your dream job in your dream country. So with that said, I'd like to say bye for now. See you in the next one.